Hello, friends. We have 2 more days of Bunny Double. We're in trouble. I hope that you're enjoying this book. I really like it. I think it's super funny, and I just can't wait to see what happens next. So, today we are reading chapters 9 and 10. Let me share my screen with you so you can follow along with me on the pages. Chapter 9 is called Don't Open That Door. Everybody was running around the lawn like crazy people for about 10 minutes. I got 5 eggs myself. It looked like we had scooped up all of them, but so far nobody had found the golden egg. Grown-ups were still wandering around the lawn like zombies looking for it. I went over to the porch where the gang was standing. Andrea and Emily came over too. "Let's open up our eggs and eat the candy," said Ryan. "But the golden egg is still out there," said Michael. "If we eat our candy now, somebody else will find it." "Where could it be?" asked Neil. We need to think outside the box," said Alexia. I looked around. I didn't see any boxes. "What do boxes have to do with anything?" I asked. "I wasn't even inside a box. How can you think inside a box anyway? It would have to be a really big box, and there aren't any boxes around here." "Arlo, chill," Andrea said. "There are hundreds of people here on the lawn, right?" "Right," we all said. "And none of them can find the golden egg, right?" "Right," we all said. "So the golden egg must be hidden inside the house," Andrea and I said at the same time. We all tiptoed inside Hubble Manor. None of the grown-ups noticed us because they were all looking for the golden egg on the lawn. There must be 1,100,000 doors inside Hubble Manor. We started sneaking down a hallway like secret agents, hiding behind curtains and giggling. It was cool. "I bet there are some peeps in here somewhere," Alexia said. "If you were a peep, where would you be?" asked Neil. "In somebody's mouth," I said. "Forget about the peeps," said Michael. "After we find the golden egg with $1,000 inside it, we can buy all the peeps we want." "Good point." "Shh," said Andrea. "Somebody will hear us." "I'm scared," said Emily. "We're going to get in trouble." "Chillax," I told her. "Nobody said we couldn't look inside the house." We walked up and down the hallways. When we passed by one door, I heard a noise. I stopped. The sound was coming from behind the door. I put my hand on the doorknob. "Don't open that door, AJ," warned Ryan. "Why not?" I asked. "Whenever they open a door in a scary movie," Ryan said, "there's always a crazy guy hiding behind it with an axe." "That's ridiculous," said Michael. "Believe me, there's no crazy guy hiding behind the door with an axe." "You're right," I said. "He might have a chainsaw." "Stop trying to scare Emily," said Andrea. "I'm scared," said Emily. My hand was still on the doorknob. What if there really was a crazy guy with an axe or a chainsaw hiding behind the door? I was faced with the hardest decision of my life. I didn't know what to do. I looked at Alexia. Alexia looked at Ryan. Ryan looked at Michael. Michael looked at Neil. Neil looked at Andrea. Andrea looked at Emily. Everybody was looking at each other. I took a deep breath. I turned the doorknob. I pushed open the door. And you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years who was sitting in that room. It was the Easter Bunny, and he had no head. Chapter 10, The Last Peep. "Ah!" we all screamed. Not only did the Easter Bunny have his bunny head on the floor next to him, but the guy inside the Easter Bunny suit was somebody we all knew. "You're not the Easter Bunny," Michael shouted. "You're Boomer Wiggins." Michael was right. Boomer Wiggins is a famous football player. He came to visit our class last year when our teacher was Miss Stacy. He is cool. "Yeah, so what?" grunted Boomer Wiggins, letting out a burp. "What are you doing dressed up like the Easter Bunny?" I asked. I retired from football last year, Boomer told us. I couldn't find a job anywhere. Nobody wanted to hire me. I applied to be Santa Claus, but they said I wasn't fat enough. I applied to be the tooth fairy, but they said I wasn't skinny enough. So I took this job. Boomer looked sad. He had a big chocolate bunny in his bunny hand. He bit one of the ears off. There were lots of candy boxes scattered on the floor around the chair Boomer Wiggins was sitting in. So that's why we didn't get any candy. Boomer had it all. You'll get another job, Boomer, Andrea told him. My mom always says that if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. Boomer didn't look convinced. When I played football, kids used to ask me for autographs, he muttered as he bit off the bunny's other ear. They used to send me fan letters. Not anymore. Nobody loves me. We love you, Boomer, said Andrea. Yeah, we love you, said Emily. I wasn't about to use the L word, but I went over and gave Boomer a hug. So did Alexia. We told Boomer that he shouldn't be ashamed to dress up as the Easter Bunny because the Easter Bunny brings lots of joy to girls and boys. But that didn't seem to cheer him up any. Leave me alone, Boomer said. Just let me sit here and stuff my face with junk food. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. Boomer reached into the pocket of his bunny costume, and you know what he pulled out? A peep! So that's where all the peeps went, I shouted. Boomer, you ate all the peeps? Asked Alexia. I did not, Boomer replied. I still have one left. With that, he popped the peep into his mouth. No! We all shouted. Boomer Wiggins ate the last peep. We will read the last 2 chapters tomorrow.